Okay, hey everyone, it's Jerry, and I just wanted to make a little video expressing my, not distaste, but like my dislikes rather, about Dust and Ashes as a character. If you've known me in the community, you've probably known that I've switched from playing Doombox to probably like only playing Dust and Ashes. Not because he's good or anything, but just because Doombox was getting a bit boring and I needed a change of pace, and I just fell in love with the character design of Dust and Ashes. And it was also a not a determining factor, but it was also because it was considered fairly bad on various tier lists and anything, and I just wanted to pick up something that no one else does, so I tried to pick up Dust and Ashes. It worked pretty well. Like, he's not a hard character to play. Why I wanted to make this video is to express my ideas and make everyone clear that this character is not good. He deserves all the hate he gets. He's severely underperforming compared to any other character. And that is mostly because of his special. Ashes as a special is not good. It might seem like it's decent at first glance, but there are tiny little things that just make it not good. Like the fact that Ashes is really slow, and that gives the opponent time to just stand above Ashes and catch it every time. Because, if you didn't know, Dust is at a frame disadvantage if he tries to contest Ashes, because he can't do any other option, or like any other option that requires Ashes. Even his float, he can't float while Ashes is out. This one. See, like he only can float when Ashes comes back eventually. That makes it so you can't really contest the ball when it comes out of Ashes, because the ball is available to the other player even before Ashes fully released it. I'll probably like put in a video of that, of showing that or anything. Ashes. But as you can see, the Doombox gets the ball in his hand 2 frames, I think, before Dust can even perform an action, because Ashes is still out at that point. That makes it so that you cannot contest your own special when you use it, like this. When I like want to go for a mix-up right here or whatever. Because Ashes is so slow, the opponent is gonna get there before me, and I have no option of getting that ball, because if you just swing at it, you'll get the ball, and it's the safest option. You'll always get the ball. You could argue that Ashes technically has 2 positions he can release the ball from, left and right, but if you time your hit right and actually react to the, or even if you tap charge, you can stand up on top of Ashes and tap charge, but it's too much time for the enemy to react, and it guarantees the ball 100% of the time, basically. It might not seem like it when you play against the Dust and Ashes, or rather because if you play as Dust and Ashes, but I have friends that I play regularly with that I've told this, and they basically figure out how to play this character, how to play against this character, using that. They cover the special all the time, and it's just frustrating to never get the special out or get any value from it. Other than that, his angles are really fucking good. Like, that's his up angle, his air down, his ground down is kind of like what's it called? Candy Smash, not Candy Smash, but like Sonata down. And his spikes are fairly decent as well, like 45-degree forward spike and basically like a Doombox back spike. Like his angles are really fucking decent, but it just gets all dragged down because of his special. I didn't even get into that yet. Having this like puppet play style opens up a lot of options in like a gameplay design standpoint. Like, look at any traditional fighting game and look at any puppet character. They're probably the most technical character in that game because they require so much. You basically play as two different characters, or rather, you play as two characters at the same time, which is also why I get drawn to these kind of characters, because I like this like two characters playing at the same time and whatever kind of playstyle. But I don't get that in Lethal League. I just feel like I'm Dust and Ashes. I don't feel like I play two characters. I just feel like I play Dust and I have a shitty remote ball hit that never does anything. I want to say there's a lot of wasted potential. And I'm not saying that his special is useless, obviously, but because you can. Ashes has some okay-ish angles, like that's his up. His down is basically the same, just reversed. And he obviously has a straight, and he has his air down, which is also really decent on larger maps. Which brings me that Dust is really map dependent, because you can cover every single option right in front of him, like in every neutral situation, like on the ground, in the air, not as spikes and spike angles, but that would be kind of busted. But you can just basically stuff Dust and suffocate him by just playing really aggressive and really up close to him, and he has no real reason or no real way to get out of it, other than his special, which is, as we established, kind of slow and shitty. But if you get it off, it has some decent combo potential, it has some cool setups, it has some uses, like it can cross up if the enemy doesn't react, or you can like condition your enemy for doing like sealing stuff all the time, like this, and like trying to go for sealing stuff and actually mixing it up and causing your opponent not to do an action and whatever. I'm not saying that this special is completely useless. I'm saying that whenever you use it and the enemy knows how to play against this character, and basically everybody does because I never shut up about this character, how shitty he is, it's just really hard to utilize his special. And having this like promise of being a puppet character or two characters at the same time doesn't really feel like you're like playing a puppet character. It just feels like you're playing a shitty raptor in a way, where you have a few angles like that. But like I said, if you can't, or you also can't parry out of Ashes, which would ultimately solve the problem, but in turn wouldn't make it more interesting. I propose that you could, even though placing Ashes on ceiling and walls, or even just walls, would probably be too strong, it would also require too much work, like in the code, flipping the model upside down, doing the inputs right. So I think the problem is not that Ashes is bound to the ground. I feel like Ashes should be faster. I think it's like 3 values in the code you could change, or like 5. You can make Ashes faster, and we've done that, and it looks really good, and it has some good. It feels like I said, really good, and but you can also make it so you can place Ashes further away. You can place Ashes a set distance away, or whatever. Like if I hold my button, maybe Ashes goes to the corner, or whatever, or Ashes goes further. Like there are a bunch of ways you can change that, and I want to make this video to kind of bring this to light, that this character just needs a bit more attention and love, because at the end of the day, I really like this character. I think he's without a doubt one of the most interesting visual character designs, and I think, like I said, he deserves a bit more love and attention. Like, we just got the recent Rift buffs that I never thought would happen, but at the end of the day, they did, and Dust just gets left behind in the dust, basically. Also, real quick, bunting out of Ashe is also a terrible idea, because you're basically bunting it for the enemy, and you can do like a grab mix-up out of it, but that also has to do with, you have to get to Ashes before the opponent does, and blah blah blah, and it's really difficult to utilize this character and do something cool with him. I mean, you can do like your typical combo stuff, but character specific stuff is not really there, you know. I just want to make this quick video. Quick, it's I think like 10 minutes long or whatever, or like, or definitely over 5 minutes. But like I said, I just want to make this video to bring attention to the problem and say, oh yeah, Dust needs a bit of attention and love, and hopefully Tiara will listen and look into this character. Anyways, this was just me rambling about, so it was off script, and I don't really care at the end of the day. It's just me rambling about, and yeah, that was basically it. So, see you guys later. Bye bye.